I just added this blue safety pin with this little Adore charm that I had from, I think it's Making Memories. And then I put from the scrap paper I cut, I adore you. And then on the back side of the tag, I just used one of these little Stampin' Up! Clips and clipped on this little bicycle ephemera card. I think this is by K & Company, maybe? The Handmade collection. Put that on there. And then in one of the round robin racks from your paper pantry, I chose to take out a little notebook that was like a all about wine notebook. And so I took some of the paper out and glued it so that I could use it as journaling. And this one said Age to Perfection, and I thought that that would work and be cute, and the papers matched. And I just stapled on a blue bread tag. And then on the opposite side, this was a piece of confetti cream Stampin' Up! Cardstock that I had run through my Big Kick with the music note embossing folder, and I just inked over it. And I was going to use this on a mini album. I think this is from like a year or two ago. I've had it that long and never used it. So I just glued the notebook paper from the wine on the back of it, and then added this little tag from the Girls Papery, thank you Anna, and just adhered it with some foam tape at the bottom and on the side, and made a little pocket. Added the little Kiss Me that was cut from some of the scrap paper. And then this, you know how you can make a card into a cuff of a shirt for like Father's Day? I had made a bunch of those, and this was one of the buttons I had left from the shirt from a class I had done. So I stuck that on there, and then just stuck some tags in here. This is another one of those little cards. And I inked everything with Wild Honey, and if it's not Wild Honey, it's Walnut Stain. And I think I used tea dye a little bit too. But anyways, this is a tag I had already cut out, hadn't done anything with, just inked it up, stuck it in there. I'm probably going to stamp on it and put some fibers on there. This was a Stampin' Up! Cardboard sticker that I stuck on some designer paper. And then I just stamped on there. It says, you make my heart flutter. And then on the side is the butterfly. And so those tags just stick in there. And then I used a piece of packaging. I just rounded the corners with my corner rounder, and I did some acrylic paint. It's the pink and the turquoise acrylic paint. And I added one of the Making Memories clocks, and it says Timeless Beauty. And I like how you can see the birds through here. It says Timeless Beauty, and then I have a little flower. And then on the back side, you can see the paint through, and then I added the Girls Papery clock that I got from Anna, so thank you again. And then I added the little corrugated cloud, and this came in a rack from Karen at Scrap and Blessings. And I love the little cloud. It was whimsical to me. And then also whenever I put it on here, I thought, oh, time flies. So I didn't even like really mean to do that, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's perfect, time flies. And then this was an ephemera picture that I had printed off a long time ago. Didn't ever use it. I don't remember where it's from. Most of the stuff I have is from Graphics Fairy, but don't quote me. But I've had this printed off forever, didn't ever use it, so I inked it up, and I cut out this word Timeless from some of my scrap paper, and then I had this cardstock sticker from Stampin' Up, and it says My Thoughts, and the color blue matched perfectly. So I just inked it up, stuck it some pattern paper and inked that up, and then I stuck it behind here, and I can stick more stuff behind there. This is just a double-sided piece of paper that I had from the, it's a scrap piece. It's the Wild Saffron collection, which I love. It's my fave. Then I had this piece of pattern paper left over. I don't remember who this is now that I think about it. I don't remember. But anyways, it's the girlfriend, or I can't remember. Anyways, I really liked it, so I stapled it and added it as a belly band. And then this is some scrap paper that I just stuck in there. So I can add a photo or journaling. I can stick anything I want in this little belly bands right there. And then I used a small paper bag to make a little pocket. I folded the end up so I could have a pocket right here. And it's just a piece of pattern paper that I folded in half, and it had the cute little houses, which were whimsical to me with the clouds on the front, and then on the back it's the rest of the clouds and room to journal. So I stuck that in there, and then there's obviously room to put more. And then I left the bag open so I could put notes or whatever. in there, and then on the back I covered it with pattern paper. I had this heart cut out from my Cricut from a layout I did, and the heart was too small or something, and I didn't end up needing it. So it's just been sitting in my stash, and it was double-sided, so I used the back side of it for this, inked it up, and then I added some Tim Holtz tape that says Imagination. And then this is another one of those sheets from that wine notebook I just cut off the bottom that had to do with wine, and so it just says notes, and then I cut out this little word that says encourage, so I thought encouraging notes. And then I added some, I think this is Prima trim to the bottom. And then on the back side is actually the first painting that I did, mixed media painting that I did, that I was inspired to do from Mystele. Definitely not the best one, but it was my first one, and the colors matched. So I just backed the notebook paper on the back of my painting and stuck that in there, and it says love, and it's kind of whimsical, so stuck that in there. And then the back is the vintage paper bag. It was some of the leftover I had from a project, and a little it's actually the scalloped envelope die from Stampin' Up, and I had cut the top of it off, and then I didn't end up using it. So I just glued the back together and glued it onto my page, and I inked it up and used it as a pocket, a library pocket. Put some paper on it, Stampin' Up paper that I had scraps of, and tied it with hemp. And then I added this 7 Gypsies sticker, which says, "Where we love is home, home that our feet may leave, but not our hearts. Oliver Wendell Holmes." And I liked that saying, so I stuck it on there. And then I had one of the little flashcards that had a house on it, which is whimsical, and it went with the little sticker, and so I stuck that in there. And then the back is just some more scrap paper that I had, and whenever I glued the bag on, I had extra on a couple of the sides, and I was gonna cut it off, and then I got to looking when I had it up here, I went to cut it, and it said valuable property. So I thought, oh, that's perfect. So I just cut it right here, cut it at the top, and then left this and folded it over and glued it. So now it says valuable property on the back. And then I just used a 7 Gypsies sticker that says created with a twist by my name and May 2011. So my first little pretty book, junk mini album, whatever you want to call it. I love it. I had so much fun making it. It was such a blast, and I think it just turned out beautiful. Thank you so much, Mystele, for all of your inspiration, and I will definitely be making more. I just love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.